Hello and welcome to today's 5-minute theory lesson, which is going to be all about how to read treble clef notation. Treble clef notation. We're going to learn about treble clefs, what they are. We're going to learn about some of the instruments that use treble clefs, and we're also going to be looking at how to read treble clef notation, all of those things. Let me introduce you to a very important person who is going to be helping me with all of these 5-minute theory lessons, and his name is Mini Mozart. This is a treble clef, and it's sometimes also referred to as the G clef. It's the most commonly used clef of all of the different musical clefs that there are, and there's quite a few. And a clef is just a musical symbol that's placed at the beginning of a piece of music that indicates the pitch of the notes so that you can work out what pitches you're going to play. The treble clef is used for a variety of instruments, including violins, flutes, clarinets, trumpets, and the right hand of the keyboard or piano. The clef is written on something called a stave. Now, a stave is just 5 lines, but the clef is always written at the beginning of those 5 lines to indicate the pitches that are going to be used. And then the notes themselves are written on the lines and in the spaces. When the notes are written on the lines, the line itself goes through the middle of the note, and you can see that in front of you just there. Mini Mozart's busily pointing to the note G, which is on the second line, and you can see that the line goes through the middle of that note. Now, it's quite difficult to remember E, G, B, D, F, because that's quite random. So what we tend to do is use mnemonics to help us to remember these notes. Now, you can use anything you like to do this. There's so many choices. You could have every good ballerina deserves flowers. Every giraffe buys dental floss. Every green bus drives fast, or my personal favourite, every green bogey deserves flicking. But you could use any mnemonic that you wanted. You can make up your own. You don't have to use the ones that I've suggested. The notes in the spaces are much easier to remember because they actually spell a word. You have face in the space. Nice and easy. A good way of remembering the lines and spaces of the treble clef notation is actually using your hand. So if you hold your hand up with your thumb at the bottom, we always start from the bottom. So if you use your thumb at the bottom, you're more likely to remember that. So we use our thumb at the bottom, and then we think of our fingers as the 5 lines of the stave, and we think of the spaces between our fingers as the spaces, the notes in the spaces on the stave. So lines, spaces. Depending on which mnemonic you went for, every good ballerina deserves flowers, and then we have F-A-C-E, face in the space. Now have a try at identifying these notes, and I've put a picture of the hand to help you to name those notes. Pause the video while you have a go. And here are the answers. So we have the note B, which is on the 3rd line, F, which is in the 1st space, C, which is in the 3rd space, and F again, which is on the 5th line. Now have a try at identifying these notes. Remember, you can still use your hand. I've just taken the diagram away. Pause the video while you have a go. And here we have the answers. So we have G, which is on the 2nd line, E, which is on the 1st line, E again, which is in the 4th space, and A, which is in the 2nd space. A worksheet to support the lesson on treble clef notation can be found on the Theatre of Music website under resources. So go to the resources page and you will find a worksheet all about treble clef notation. The website is www.theatreofmusic.com. Please do subscribe to the Theatre of Music YouTube channel, and if you're able, become a member of Theatre of Music via our coffee page. The QR code is just there, and find out what we have to offer for a small subscription each month. It's only through your support that I can continue to create these lessons. Any and all of your support is gratefully received. And if you would like one-to-one instrumental, flute, clarinet, saxophone, and so on, lessons or theory lessons with me via Zoom or Teams, please visit the Theatre of Music website, www.theatreofmusic.com, and click on Instrumental and Vocal Tuition for more information.